Hey everybody, it's me Stacey here at Scrapbooking Made Simple, and it's time for Saturday with Stacey YouTube class number 280, only it's not Saturday. This is releasing a day early because I will be leaving shortly for the Creativation show in Phoenix, Arizona. And I will tell you more about that in just a minute. I am going to jump right in and get to winner chicken dinner. So then I can tell you all about Creativation and what's going on and the YouTube that we have for you today, because we have exclusives for you. So let me go ahead and let me do winner chicken dinner really fast so you know, and then I will move on and tell you a little bit more about what we've got going on and what you can expect to see if you follow me on Facebook during the live from Creativation. Okay, so last week was 279 and it was all about hero arts, and I'm so happy they're here. It has been just wonderful so far, and our customers in store are loving having the opportunity to buy their products and see and feel and touch. So I think it's going to be a really good partnership. I'm really hoping it is. And if you posted last week on YouTube number 279, you have a chance to be a winner chicken dinner. If you didn't post a comment on 279, you have no chance. I'm very sorry. You have to post a comment on this YouTube if you want a chance next week to hear your name being a winner chicken dinner. How do you do that? You go to youtube.com, you type in Scrapbooking Made Simple, you find our channel, you subscribe, and then you're able to post comments. All right. So our two lucky winners, and they're going to win a lovely prize package filled with stuff from Hero Arts. I've got a background stamp in there. I've got my exclusive stamp and die set in there. I've got an ink in there. Lovely package going on. And if you are Lynette Faust, Lynette, I'm gonna put my hand behind. Seems that it helps it zoom better. Lynette, is that you? Well, Lynette, you're a winner chicken dinner. You're a winner chicken dinner. Wahoo for you. You're a winner, but you're not alone. We have another winner chicken dinner, and they also posted a comment on the last YouTube, and her name is Anne Dupree. Hello, Anne Dupree. Is this you? Do you see your name? Are you both doing you're a winner chicken dinner? You're a winner chicken dinner. Wahoo, ka-choo for you. All right, girls, you have won. It is your turn. Can you believe it? Who knows how long you've been posting, but it is now your turn. Our random software picked your names, and now all you have to do is claim your prize. But how are you going to do that? So easy peasy. Scrapbookingmadesimple.com. Just go to scrapbookingmadesimple.com. Look for the link that says winner chicken dinner and follow the directions, and we will get your prize package out to you just as quickly as possible. You have 30 days from the original date of this YouTube to claim your prize, and if you don't, it goes into the land of misfit prizes. And we use those for our anniversary sale 100 winners. Don't let your prize go to waste. Come on, claim it. You want it. Trust me. It's all Hero Arts. You're going to love it. Okay, so I'm going to put those off to the side. And now I'm going to tell you a little bit about Creativation and what I've got for you today. So Creativation is a trade show, and it used to be in Anaheim. It's now in Phoenix, Arizona. And I travel there and I meet with all the manufacturers that you love. And then I have to decide what to buy, because before you buy it, I had to buy it. And there's only so much in the checkbook. Scrapbooking Made Simple does not carry any kind of business loans at all. None. Zero. I don't even own a credit card. Nope. So that's, I think, one of the reasons why we're still here, is because we only buy what we can afford. So, and I don't mortgage anything. I don't take out small business loans. It is what it is. So sometimes we've got lots of wonderful new product, and sometimes we've got to pass on some things. So I go to the show with all the other retailers and decide, oh, what can't we live without? And so it's amazing. It's not just scrapbooking or paper crafting. There's yarns and wood and paints, and Crayola is there. And I mean, it's a wonderful show for anybody who's crafty. The only problem is the public cannot get in. It is just for us retailers to go and see. And the other kind of boo-hoo is that I can't bring any of it home with me. We go and we write orders. A lot of the product that I'll be looking at isn't even available. It won't be available until many months from now. I'm looking at things that might not get here until August of this year. So while it's fun to go, you really want to just bring it all back with you. No, nope. But I will be doing live from Creativation while I'm there. So after I have my appointments at my different manufacturers, I try to sweet talk them into giving me a free gift that I can then pass on to you, and I'll do a cute little video from their booth, and then you get to post something and you have a chance of being a winner chicken dinner. These are done on Facebook. Do you have to be a member of Facebook to watch them? No. The Scrapbooking Made Simple Facebook page is a public page, so you are able to look at it anytime you want. Can you post a comment? Not unless you're a member of Facebook. So if you're not, you can certainly watch the videos and follow me through my 2.5 days and I don't know, 15 or 20 different appointments. Follow me through my time there, but you won't be able to post your comment on it. So you can always join Facebook, but if you don't want to, we fully understand, but that doesn't mean you can't watch. Now, Today I have got amazing product. I've got some exclusives that I am over the moon about. I've got new product from Tombow, and it's so kind of apropos that it is happening right now because it was this time last year when I finally got up the to meet with this company. I was so intimidated by them, and I just don't even know why. It was ridiculous of me. Oh my gosh. So I am in love with Art Gone Wild and Friends, and that's the brand, or that's the manufacturer, is Art Gone Wild and Friends. They have many brands that fall underneath them. Darcy's, Versus, Inky Antics, Art Gone Wild. You may know Stampers Anonymous. These are all brands that Art Gone Wild and Friends manufactures, but they also manufacture Northwoods Stamps. Now, I have loved Northwoods Stamps for as long as I have been in this industry. Loved them. And I would see them at every show, and I would walk up to them and I would say, "Are you doing cling yet?" Because they only did their stamps on wood mounts. And I don't buy wood mount stamps. One, they're about 30% more expensive, and two, storage is a huge issue. If it's an issue for me, it's an issue for you. So I would walk up to their booth every year and say, "Are you doing your stamps in cling yet?" And they would say, "Nope." So I had my appointment with Art Gone Wild and Friends last year, and I walked in and there was Ted, who I had never met before, and I saw Northwoods. You could even go back on Facebook. You can see the video of me, Northwoods stamps in the Art Gone Wild and Friends booth. And I'm like, huh? And then I said, "Are they cling yet?" And Ted said, "Why, yes. Yes, they are. And who are you?" Because I was doing my winner chicken dinner dance, because I felt I was a winner chicken dinner, because I could now buy a product that I had loved for so long. So we've been carrying Northwoods for about a year now, and they have done 2 sets that are exclusive only to Scrapbooking Made Simple. That is we're the only place you're ever going to find them at. And Pat, who was the owner of Northwoods, who sold to Art Gone Wild and Friends, she still does the most beautiful work. I think she's got the best job ever. She gave up all the business side of owning the company, but got to keep all the creative side of owning the company. Pat, that is a woohoo kachoo. So I have got 2 exclusive sets, plus we have 5 new sets from Northwoods that we have as an exclusive for about a month or so, and just beautiful product. Then Greg, I love Greg. Gotta get her done, Greg. Greg, he from Tombow. Tombow has 12 new colors of their dual tip pens, their brush pens. They don't do new colors very often, and these new colors have nothing to do with my set at all. These are 12 brand new, never released. You probably are going to be seeing them, you know, for the first time perhaps here. 12 new colors. And again, we have them ahead of schedule so that we could do this YouTube, because they're perfect for what I'm doing in this YouTube. And I'm not going to be palette painting with them at all. I'm going to try not to. I really want to show you how to use them if you are not palette painting. And I'm going to try and stick with just 5 pins and show you what you can do with just 5 pins. Now there are 12 new ones, but that's okay. I'll show you all 12 of them. And we will have them as an I Want It All bundle, but they don't come in a little kit. Tombow's not releasing them in a kit at all. So you can either buy one color if you just want one color, or you can buy all 12 colors. They're being sold open stock is what they're called, but we're gonna put them in a poly bag, so if you wanted all 12, you can get all 12. Oh, I have such pretty, pretty things in front of me. Okay, so hopefully at CHA or Creativation, everything is going well. I'm going to be speaking there as part of an industry panel. I hope that I'm up there with a bunch of CEOs of, the company Plaid. Plaid is a huge company, and AC Moore is a huge company, and Michaels is a huge company. So I'm hoping that my little mom and pop retailer self, because they needed that little mom and pop retailer to help round out the panel, I'm hoping that that I don't get nervous and that whatever input I can give, I hope it's well received and worthwhile, because I don't have the titles or the letters at the back of my name. I'm just Stacey Park, owner of Scrapbooking Made Simple, who doesn't even have a college education, so we'll see how I do. All right, you guys, this is going to be a great YouTube, and I'm going to tilt on down, and I think I'm going to get started for today. Okay? All right, down we go. Oh my goodness gracious. So it's a little odd being a Friday instead of a Saturday, but we're going to have to do this again next week, because again next week I think we're going to have to. I leave to go to Germany for Creative World. All right, does that look good? How's that? All right, so downstairs, this is the make and take that we're doing right now. And when I say we, I mean not me. That's because SMS girl Elena and Doris are hosting the free make and take this week while I am traveling to the show. Super cute, right? And this is one of the stamps that's on the exclusive set. Well, there's 2 sets. One of the exclusive sets from Northwoods for Scrapbooking Made Simple. We did it in 2 colors so you could see. So pretty. All right, let's get started. And I think the first place I'm going to start is with ink. Now, I am a Memento girl, no question about it. Love Memento. It's by Sukaniko, yes, Sukaniko. They do it in 36 colors, I believe. It has the little dewdrop sizes. It has the oops pin, and it is one of the inks that you can use with your alcohol ink markers and it won't bleed. You can also use it with watercoloring and it will not bleed. It has been a tried and true friend of mine for a very, very long time, and we are by no means saying goodbye. However, we're introducing them to a new friend. Memento, meet Hero Hues. 2 black inks. But you're thinking, well, Stacey, I already have this. Yes, you do. And never give this up. This is a wonderful product. We will always carry this product. But as I was playing with Hero Arts, because they're new to us, they sent me some inks to play with, and because I have to play, and this is an India ink black. And so the other inks, like the ombre inks, I love the ombre inks. Those were fabulous. But the India ink black, I'm like, well, what is this and what does it do? Because I didn't know. I haven't carried Hero Arts. And I stamped with it. And oh my gosh. Okay, so what's the difference between these two? Well, this is an India ink, so it's more of a permanent ink. And this is a dye-based ink. Well, they're both dye, but this is definitely more permanent than I guess a Memento would be. I think the biggest difference is the color. And you would think black is black, right? Oh no, 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 no. It's just like white is not white. How many times have you had a pair of black pants and you went to go find a black blazer to go with it, and to try and match the same blacks, almost impossible, right? Same thing here. So I thought, how am I going to explain to you the difference? And then I thought to myself, well, it's kind of like mascara. Have you guys, for you guys out there, the gentlemen watching, I'll do it in a different way for you, but for girls who are watching, so if you were thinking of your mascara, this would be a nice soft black mascara. Soft black. And you know, just easy, not too striking, whereas the India ink black, this is a hard black, this is a deep black, this is a wow black, this is as black can be, versus a soft black. So when you're out shopping for your mascara, you see the names on everything on the packaging. Some will say black brown, some of them will say soft black, some of them will say black black. This would be black black, and this would be more of a soft black. They work exactly the same. Exactly the same. And they both, this is going to work with your alcohol markers. This is going to work with watercoloring. It's just a different shade of black. It's a darker black. Now, for you guys out there that are watching, I think the easiest thing for me to probably reference, being that the Super Bowl is coming up, is Deflate Gate. So if you've got the football in your hands and it's been slightly deflated, you know, it's a little easier to hold on to. So that would be your Memento, a little bit softer, a little bit easier to hold on to if you were playing football and somebody accidentally, without intent, maybe let a little air out of the football, you'd be able to grip it a little bit better. So a little bit softer. Whereas if somebody accidentally filled the football up with too much air, well, it would be really hard. That would be your India ink from Hero Hues, from Hero Arts. Two great inks, but different colors. And today I'm going to play with this one because it's just so black. I didn't think that there was anything blacker than Memento until I saw this. Do the other Hero Arts inks, are they comparable? I don't know. You know, I found that their intense, I think it's an intense black, was kind of yeah, but I found that I loved this one. So I'm going to play with that one for a little bit today, and we're going to be stamping in there. Now the two stamp sets that are exclusive to me, they're pretty, right? Look, isn't that absolutely gorgeous? And I can already hear you saying, I can't color that, Stacey. You can color this. You can. I promise you. And you're going to have to make a promise to me. You're going to have to promise that you will not throw away your stamped image while you're in the middle of coloring it because you don't like it. You are going to have to promise that to me. Look at how beautiful those are. Love, love, love. So they are a cling stamp, which means that they are a rubber stamp with a cling on the back, and that's going to cling right to my clear block, and supposed to having a wood mount block. And easy peasy to use. They come with a liner so they can cling right back onto the liner. What I really like is that they give you beautiful images so that if you are a monkey see, monkey do type of person, you can just copy the coloring that they did and you're going to have beautiful results. Again, the only place you're ever going to get these is Scrapbooking Made Simple. These were these are from Pat, and these are just for us. And God bless her pea pickin' heart. I so appreciate it, and I'm thrilled to have Northwoods in the store. So we'll have to see when I see Ted. We'll have to see if he remembers how excited I am about Northwoods. Now, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get started. So I'm going to pull over. I think we're going to use this one today. And that is this set right there. Right there. Maybe I should start with the make and take one because that's the easiest one. You know, I'm going to start with this one first and then we'll move to that. So I've got my stamped image, my stamp right here, and I'm going to grab a block. For those of you who are not familiar with blocks, these are clear acrylic blocks. You use them again and again and again. Your stamp, whether it be an acrylic stamp or a cling mount stamp, it just clings right onto it, and then it comes off, and then it clings, and then it comes off, and then it clings, and then it comes off. So you can use these again and again and again. You don't throw these away. These are from Do Crafts, and this is a great set. I'm going to tell you, if you don't have blocks, this set is $12.50 for all of them. And yes, there are companies who sell this block alone for $12.50, and you're getting the storage plus 4 other blocks, so a total of 5. They sell 2 different sets. They've got the regular set, and then they've got a large set. And the large set just has a really big block with, I think, 3 other smaller blocks. The nice thing is, Do Crafts didn't make any of the blocks the same size. So if you had both sets, you'd have an assortment of blocks that you will probably never need to buy another block again in your life. So a red rubber stamp, which means that a designer has etched into rubber to make the beautiful image, and it clings right on. And I'm going to take some 100-pound paper. I'm not using watercolor paper. I'm just using my Simply Defined 100-pound paper, and I'm going to ink it up, and I am going to ink it up using my Hero Hues, my India ink. So I'm going to hold it. That's enough ink. You don't have to do this. That's too much ink. So you want to just make sure you've got a nice amount of ink on the top of your stamp, but you don't need to overdo. It's okay. I'm going to dry it off. Will India ink stain your stamps? Yes, it will. It is far more permanent than a Memento ink, especially if you're talking about a clear stamp. Will it harm your stamps? No. Do I mind if my stamps are permanently colored? No, I don't. I just want them to stamp really well with the best possible ink I can get. All right, so let's go 1, 2, 3, A, B, C. And there's my image. That's her signature way down at the bottom. So it's not that it made a line. That's actually her signature since she designed the stamp. 1, 2, 3, A, B, C. So this is a strong black. It is sharp and strong and deep and rich. It also does not move with water or with your alcohol-based markers. I'm going to be coloring it simply with the new Tombow markers. So they do have 12 brand new colors, and these are them. A Tombow marker is a dual tip brush, so you've got a brush on one end and you've got a bullet point on the other, which is kind of nice. Now these markers, I could use these to color a stamp and stamp with them. I can put them on my craft mat and add water and literally palette paint and watercolor with them. Today I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to use them as markers. I'm going to try and not palette paint at all so you can see how they can be used just as markers. So I'm going to put them over to the side and I'm going to grab my green. So I've got a few little small spaces to color. There's not a lot of space in there to color, and that's why I'm not trying to palette paint. I'm just going to use my marker. So I've got my little leaves in there, and I can go in, and this is a very soft color. Now, you have an option. You can use the brush tip, or if the space is very small, use that bullet tip to go in there and just color it in and add that color. I don't want to try and palette paint. You're saying, but Stacey, I don't know what palette painting means. Okay, so palette painting would be if I took my marker and drew right onto my craft mat, and I took a little bit of water with a paintbrush, and I mixed that water in. And now I'm painting. And if I want a deeper color, I use less water. And I can get my color whatever I want it to be, as dark as I want it, or the more water you add, you can tone that color down to just a very, very, very faint watercolor. That is palette painting for those of you who did not know what I was talking about. Let me cut that off so it doesn't become a distraction. And let me wipe up my craft mat. All right, so I'm taking my Tombow marker and I am literally just going in there and coloring. I'm going to use the bullet tip, which is something that we don't normally use. I'm going to go in there, but the space is so small to draw in there. Okay. I think that's good. All right, so all I did was draw a little bit of green in there. Can you see the green? Just a little bit of green. And now I'm going to grab my next color, which is, I'm only going to be playing with the 12 new colors, and I'm going to do a little bit on my cattails. A little bit on my cattails. They're a little bit bigger, so I was able to use my brush tip, because a brush tip you can do a very wide line or you can do a very fine line. You've got options with the brush tip. So I went in there and I just added a little bit of that. And now maybe I'll take a little bit of a pink. And I'll throw a little bit of a pink in here. And then maybe bring in a little bit of that super soft blue. And I'm just coloring. And I missed a little bit of my green up here. I'll do a little bit of light blue here and a little bit of light blue there. And I'm just coloring, that's it. Going right in, because I can. There's not a big space here, so there's not a lot of opportunity to blend your colors. When you're limited in how much space the stamp gives you, you're limited in being able to blend your colors. So, there, I just used them as markers. But maybe you want a little more definition to them. I'm going to take the same exact markers I used. I used this color right on my cattails. And I'm going to make it so that it has a little bit more definition by using the same color again. And that's where palette painting can be very friendly, but maybe you don't want to palette paint. Maybe you just want to use the markers. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to dab some color. I'm just going to dab some color right on one side of my cattail. Just on one side of my, now I'm not coloring. I'm not doing this. I'm dabbing. Dab, 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 little dots. Because again, I don't have a whole lot of space in there. And if I would have preferred to, I could go in there with my bullet point and dab my color in there as well. And what you're doing is you're layering color on color, and you're making that saturation of that color even more so that you can start to see a little bit of shading and a little bit of shadow and a little bit of highlight. Let's take the green. And I could dab some of that green down towards the bottom, and I'm just dabbing. And you say, well, Stacey, I don't understand. Why are you dabbing the color? Because I'm not on watercolor paper. And if I start coloring like this and I start layering my color again and again and again, you're gonna have your paper come into little balls. If you don't want that to happen, you use watercolor paper, but maybe you don't have watercolor paper. Maybe all you have is cardstock. Okay, that doesn't mean you can't do it. It just means that instead of coloring we're gonna dab the color. Now you can already see that it's starting to get darker at the bottom and lighter at the top. Easy to do so that you've got different, I'm still using the exact same color. I haven't changed my color at all. All right, I'm gonna do a bigger one for you so it's a little bit easier for you to see. I'm gonna bring my paper back over, and now I'm gonna use this one right here. And we're gonna color that. This is where you have to make a promise to me. You have to promise me that you are not gonna throw away your stamped image until you have finished coloring it completely. So often we start and we get about halfway through and we go, oh, I don't like it. And into the trash it goes. Finish what you start. Finish. Okay, I'm gonna tilt this up. Not tilted back, just tilted up. Ooh, and I'm gonna lean back so you don't see so much of me. You can do this. I'm not an expertise colorer, I promise you. And I don't know how to do Copics at all. I'm terrible at them. But I'm just gonna use the markers. And you have to trust yourself to finish. Because when you're done with it, no matter how bad you thought it was in the beginning, you're gonna go walk away and you're gonna get yourself a cup of tea or some lemonade, raspberry lemonade, strawberry lemonade, whatever, sweet tea, coffee. I had to give up my coffee, but I'll smell it through the camera. Oh, that smells so good. I love coffee. You're gonna walk away and go change the laundry, and you're gonna come back and you're gonna look at that finished image, and you're gonna say to yourself, oh, that's not half bad after all. Don't short sell yourself. Trust me, what I am going to show you, you can do. We'll do it together, I promise. All right, I'm gonna tilt back down. We're gonna do it together. All right, so I'm gonna do this image right here. And again, I'm just gonna use the markers, and I'm not gonna use any water until I get to the very, 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 very end. I've got my stamp, red rubber, cling, Northwoods exclusive. Love that word, exclusive. A manufacturer knows the way to my heart is exclusive. The free. Yeah, they definitely know the way to my heart. All right, I've put it on. Now, if for some reason this stops clinging to your block, whatever stamp you're using, chances are you've got your oils from your fingers, or maybe embossing powder or glitter or whatever. Just take a baby wipe or go get some Dawn dishwashing detergent and wash your Palmolive, whatever, just a gentle detergent. Wash your stamp, clean your block, and then wipe it all down. And chances are everything's gonna cling all over again. It's just that it's dirty. All right, so put it on. The nice thing about these blocks is if you're doing words or anything, they're gridded for you. I'm gonna grab my my India ink from Hero Arts under their Hero Hues collection. That looks good. I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, ABC. We are not doing chest compressions. If you are stamping like this, stop. You wanna get all 4 corners down. You wanna give good all over pressure, and then you wanna pull up. And you're good to go. You don't need to do chest compressions. The stamp should do the work for you. Ink it up. Lay it down. 1, 2, 3, A, B, C, up it goes, and ta-da! Both sides look great. We're not doing chest compressions. We're also not stamping directly onto a hard surface. If we stamp onto a hard surface, that stamp has nothing to sink into. We're stamping on a gush mat. We sell them, Doris sells them. Our gush mats are 8.5 by 11, so that way we can send you the whole gush mat. We used to carry the Doris gush mats, and they're bigger, and we would have to cut it in half and send you 2 halves, and some people got really upset about that. So we had to come out with our own gush mat so that it was shippable to you. And it just is the right density so that your stamp sinks into your paper sinks into your gush mat, and you make really great contact. Now, how am I going to color this? I said I'm going to use 5, I'm going to try and stick with just 5 markers. And I am thinking that these are the 5, and they are part of the 12 new colors that'll be on the YouTube Yummy. You've got well, this is number 910. It doesn't have the color on there. It really should have the color on there besides the number. This is number 910. This is number 131. This is number N52. This is number 401. And this is number 291. Now, if you just got bingo, you have to share it. Gotta share your bingo. Oh my goodness gracious. No, the numbers do not go in order. I guess they go into where they would fit in their overall assortment. Like I would guess maybe 9s would be like the browns or the creams or whatever, and the 31, this is gonna fit somewhere into the greens or the yellows. Anyway, I'm gonna start with just these colors. And the first thing I'm gonna do is my green grass. And I'm gonna take my brush tip, and I'm just gonna go in there and put down a layer of color. There. Now, what's really nice is that they give you the picture. So you can have that sitting right next to you so you can see where the green grass is supposed to be, just to be sure. I'm going to put the green grass here and here and there. That looks good. So, green grass. That looks okay to me. How's that look to you? Looks green, right? But their picture is a little different. Their picture shows some darker green as accents. I don't have a darker green. I only own the 12 brand new colors. That's all I have. That's all I invested in. I only have this one. How am I going to get that definition and that darker color with just this one marker? Well, you know, I think I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to color my little trees in the back too, just because. And I'm going to come in here and I'm going to color them, just my little trees. So I'm going to pretty much do all of my green and just get that all done. And I think that's good. I'll come back and do my trees in a minute, but I just want to get all my green done. So now I have a very same green everywhere looking stamped image, and I want what they've got, but I only have the one marker. All right, this is where not coloring, but dab, 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 dab comes in. I can come back in and I can start laying down my marker again and dabbing it right over the top of the color that I already have. And by dabbing it on the top, I'm going to keep it from getting all balled up because I'm not using watercolor paper. Maybe you don't own watercolor paper. Maybe instead of buying watercolor paper, you'd rather have 2 markers or 3 markers. And I'm going to start laying down some of that color, just going back and forth with the same green I started with. And what that's going to do is it's going to enhance the saturation of that color. Can you see it starting to enhance the saturation? And now maybe I want to do some, I've got my picture right here. I can see where they've put more green for darker. And so I want to do some maybe over here. And I'm just going to go back and forth dabbing. I'm not coloring, I'm dabbing. And I'm just adding more and more color. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, because all you've got is one marker. So it's getting there. Certainly doesn't just look plain green anymore. Now I've got different shades. Well, not different shades. It's the same hue, different saturations of green. Now maybe I want to take some of my beigey color, because it's got a little bit of yellow in there. And maybe I just want to put a little bit of that in there too. Just a little bit of that in there too. So now I've added a little bit of beigey color. But I want to blend that a little bit more. So I'm going to take, again, the same green that I've been using, and I'm going to go in there and just kind of go right over the top of it and blend it in just a little bit more. So now I'm blending my colors and giving it some shading and some shadow and some depth. And I could come back here and I could even dab again to make this even darker at the top. You can just keep laying that color down, 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 down. These markers are meant to do this. And you can see that my ink is not bleeding, it's not moving, it's just staying put. But now I'm getting some definition in that grass. It's not just green anymore. And it certainly is not the color that we started with. So now I've got my trees in the back. How am I going to do my trees? Same thing. I'm going to take my green and I'm going to start dabbing that green right into those trees, the back trees, because you see they're very green here. But I only have one marker. So I'm going to dab that color in. You wouldn't be able to do this with a Sharpie or a marker like that. That won't work. You're going to need a marker that is water soluble, that is a dye based, and that lays down not opaque. So your Bic markers or a marker like that, those are very strong and they're permanent, and it's going to be, you're not going to be able to mix and match your colors and keep adding saturation, because it will just be dark. So I'm doing my trees in the back. Now you can clearly see the difference there. And I'm going to let them dry, because as they dry, they're going to lighten a little bit, and then I can go back and add even more color. But what about my trees on the side? Okay, well, I'm going to go in there and just kind of put some color down. Not trying to be too careful. I literally just scribbled some color in there. That's all I did. And then maybe I want to add some of my lighter color to add a little bit of contrast in there, and I can add some of that in there and just dab, dab, dab. And then I can come back and just dab some more color in there. And I'm not going back and forth because I don't want my paper to get all with all the little balls all over it. It will start to disintegrate. Now I am on 100-pound paper, so it's not coming through the back, which is very nice. And I'm just going to let that sit there for a minute, and I'll do some color on these. And again, I'm not trying to get each individual little dot. I'm just coloring my whole tree. Leave a little bit of white space in between the branches. And give my tree some color. So you see, I left a little bit of white space where my branches are. And then I can come back and I can darken up my back trees again. Gave it a little time to dry. Now go back in and add more color if I want. So they're even darker. You're just adding saturation. You're just making that color more intense. so that you have the difference with only one marker. Remember, everything started that super light green. Then I could add a little bit of my kind of my yellowy beigey into this tree. And I'm just dotting it everywhere because that's the beauty of the stamp. Northwoods stamps really are very forgiving when you color them. And then if I wanted to make that tree even more dark, I can come back in and start dabbing down and letting my marker kind of just sit there for a minute and let that color really saturate into the paper, giving me some highlights and some midtones and some shadows and some shading so that it's not all one color. You want that definition. But you only have one marker to play with, and sometimes that's it. Sometimes that's all you got. Going back and adding some more definition to some of that down there. This one on this side, it's got a little bit of a brown going across here. So I'm going to put a little bit of brown going across here. Again, so far I've only used 2 color markers to do this whole thing. And you're like, I can't do this, Stacey. You can. So I'm going to let that, I put a little bit of brown there, and I'm going to let that dry. And then I'm going to come back and dab some more of the exact same color. Now, if you've got the whole set of Tombows, well, you've got the whole set of coloring box. I mean, you might as well have the what is it, 64 box or 144 box of Crayola. You've got it all. So you've got options. But when you're limited and you only have so many colors, how do you make the most of what you have? You use the best quality products that you can get for the job. And Tombow markers are beautiful, beautiful markers. I've got all of this water to color. I'm going to start with my lightest blue. And I'm going to want to leave a little bit of white space here and there. I'm not going to want to do all of the whole thing in blue. I want to leave a little bit of white space because, well, water reflects. I'm going to have a little bit of white. So I've got a little bit of blue going on there. Now I can come back with a little bit darker blue, and it's just a little bit, and I can add a little bit of darker blue. I still want to keep that white space where it is. I don't want to go over my white space and give up that white space, but I'm going to take a little bit of my darker blue and kind of move it in. And this is where you're going to give up. This is where you're going to say, oh, no. Mine doesn't look anything like that. No. This is where you're going to want to stop. And this is where I'm going to encourage you to continue. Even if you have to walk away for a minute, go get that sweet tea or that coffee. I'm smelling your coffee with you right now and I'm enjoying it. Oh my gosh, I miss my coffee. Hazelnut coffee, Kahlua cream coffee, French vanilla coffee, snickerdoodle coffee. It's all good. So I'm going to take my lighter blue and I'm going to come back and I'm just going to go, is that my lighter blue? No, that's my darker blue. I'm going to come back and I'm going to just do a little bit more and kind of go right over where that darker blue is. Want to keep that white space. And then the last thing I'm going to do is take a little bit of my gray and kind of where the black is, I'm going to go over that with a little bit of gray and put a little bit of gray down. Kind of where the black lines are, I'm just going to add a little bit of gray. Bring my lightest blue back over and kind of move that gray just a little bit. There's a reflection of a tree in here. So I can take my green, kind of put my green in there so you can see the reflection. You've got a reflection of the tree in there, so I can add a little bit of my yellow or my beigey color to do my reflection of my tree. Got a little bit of a tree here. And my water is just about done. So far, so good. But I want more green. Okay, go back in and layer your color again if you want more green. The color has dried, so now you're able to go in and literally, even the bullet point, just let it sit there and add that color in. Just let it sit. Either way, brush tip, bullet point, get in there and let it kind of sit right there and have that color sink into the paper to make that's going to be more of your shadow tone. Just dab, dab, dab. Because we've only used one color green. We've only used one beige. And remember, I wanted to have this one here a little bit darker. Well, it's dry now. Let's take and dab, dab, dab and get that more of a brown than a beige. Let's dab, 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 dab that right on in. Now, if you accidentally blend your colors and your tip is not as pretty as it used to be, as long as the color is draws clear to true color, doesn't matter what color the tip is. In fact, these pens are meant to do tip-to-tip blending. You could take and put this green right on your beige. Oh, I think they're all too light. Maybe I can use let me use a darker blue. Let's see if that'll come through on my beige. Oh, there we go. So can you see that my tip has now got a darker blue on it? You ever wonder how they do those beautiful dual tone letters? Well, now you can buy the ombre ink. That makes it a lot easier. But tip to tip blending, and then once it's out, doesn't matter what color your tip is, as long as your ink goes to true color, you're good. Okay, this one goes here. Also, with these markers, you want to hear them snap closed. If you don't hear them snap closed, not good. You need to hear it snap closed. You think it's on, but it's not. You want to hear that little snap. Okay, so I went back in and I added even more of my beigey. I can do my little tree trunks. I can add a little more green, perhaps to some of it over here to give some dimension to the little hill, and I'm just dabbing. That's it. I'm just dabbing that color right in and right on. Same color green throughout the whole thing. What do we think so far? We're getting there, right? And so far, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That's all I've used to color so far. And it looks pretty darn good. But we're not done. I said I wasn't gonna palette paint except for at the very, very end. And now I'm gonna take my lightest blue, or my medium blue, or whatever blue makes your heart happy. And I'm gonna scribble right onto my craft mat. My non-stick, non-slip craft mat, and I'm gonna get it wet. And I want to add a bit of a blue sky. So I'm just going to kind of go right around and paint a little bit of a blue sky with the water. And I can get in. Remember I said I left a little bit of white behind those trees? Well, I'm going to get in there with a little bit of my blue, and I'm just going to go right over the top. I don't care that it's got green there. Mine is so diluted that I'm just going to go right over the top and add a little bit of blue. That way, when I trim it out, when I'm all done, it's not so stark white. It's not so stark. But there's still one last step for me to do to make this really just pop. And that's using the glitter. Now again, I have the Stampendous Crystal Glitter, and this is their multi. It is a fine, this is ultra fine. There is many different grains of glitter. The actual size of the grain of the glitter. There is fine, which is pretty chunky. There's ultra fine, which is more like this. There's microfine, which would be your Elizabeth Crafts glitter. There is my glitter, my Simply Defined Simply Sparkle glitter, which is even finer than a microfine glitter. I wanted it to almost be like a powder that has an iridescence to it. That way when we put it down on Stacey tape and we color it with our Tombow markers, it's gorgeous and it doesn't harm your nibs because it is so fine. For this, you need something that's got a little bit of chunk to it. So I'm using an ultra fine. You could try your Elizabeth Crafts. You could try your Nouveau glitter. You could try your Martha Stewart glitter. You could try your Stampendous glitter if you've already got several jars of it. But you want something that's a little bit more chunky. How am I going to get this down? Well, and can you believe that that was all done with 5 markers? All done with 5 markers. And if I wanted to, I could go back and I could continue to make this darker, 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 darker. Dab, 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 dab. I could add a little more in here. I mean, I have options. Dab, 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 dab. But that really was just 5 markers, and it looks pretty good for just 5 markers to get that color that intense. Dab, 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 dab. Okay, I need to be done. I want to add the glitter, and how am I going to do that? Well, a lot of you may already have bottles of glue that have a super fine tip. I don't. I don't have those bottles, and my glue, my Stay Put glue, which is all-purpose, dries crystal clear, amazing glue for an amazing price. I don't have that tip on there. I just don't. I have a standard tip. So how are you going to do this if you don't have bottles that have that super fine? You're just going to put a little bit of your favorite glue down. And it doesn't have to be mine. It just has to dry clear. That's the main thing. It has to dry clear. I'm going to clean the tip off mine so it doesn't get clogged. And then I'm going to take my tweezers or a toothpick because that's what I've got and I want to use what I have. And I'm going to pick up a little bit of that glitter or the glue and I'm just going to go on the water. A little bit on the water, and I'm just going to kind of lay it down with my tweezers and drag it out. Because I want just a little bit of glitter. I could certainly put some in my trees. And again, it's up to you. How do you want to put it down? Do you want to use a little fine tip bottle? And if you've got it, that's awesome. Do you want to grab a toothpick because you've got those handy? Do you have tweezers that will let you do it? You just need to get some of the glue on. Maybe just a little bit on some of the little mounds of grass. All right, so I've put a little bit of glue. It's very hard to see because it's very clear and very fine. I'm going to take my ultra fine. I think microfine is going to be too fine, but you can try it. I know that I think my glitter is too fine. We tried it and it just didn't give the sparkle and shine that I wanted. And I'm going to dump, 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 dump. And then I'm going to tap, 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 tap. And where I have put my glue, my glitter is starting to stay on. Now, if I want more glue and I want more glitter, that's fine. Just pick up some more, put some more down. And if I wanted to have more bling in my water, just add some more lines. It really is entirely up to you. Now, I got a lot of glitter going on here. So I'm gonna and now I've got even more going on my water. And it just adds a little shimmer, a little shine, a little sparkle, but not too much in your face. Not bling. It's oh, shimmery bling. It's happy bling. It's not too crazy. So if you were doing this for a gentleman, you wouldn't have to worry about it being too feminine, because these stamp sets really are made. They're beautiful, and they do lend themselves to more guy. Kind of depends upon the color that you use, but they do lend themselves to more guy. Now let's put my lid back on. And let's wipe my table down real quick. I didn't use very much glue. I just used my tweezers that I already had. I didn't use hardly any glitter at all. And now I can crop it right out. Somebody posted, I can't remember who did it. I was on, while we were doing our live chat. Stacey, if I send you a trimmer, would you use it? And the answer was nope. I am's who I am's. They're not always straight. But they're usually not half bad. And it's handmade. So I'm good with it. Let's take a little bit off the bottom. Northwoods, they do beautiful designs, truly beautiful designs. We are so thankful to have them in the store, and we are so thankful that Pat did these for us and let us have these as an exclusive. A little bit of tape on the back. You would use more tape than this, and this is just Stacey tape, double stick tape. You'd put it around all sides. Oh, I got glue. I must have glue on me. Well, that's what the back side's for. Paper does have two sides, doesn't it? And nobody would ever know, because I will have taped it down to a card front. Let's line that up. Trim it on out. Ta-da! You have to give yourself permission to finish what you've started. You have to. Otherwise, you don't know what you're missing. You're giving up on yourself before you even had the chance. Don't do that. Look at how pretty it is. And I only used 5 markers. So if your budget is small, I totally get that. I do. I have to be at Creativation, and I have to look at all of these wonderful things and say, okay, but what can I really afford for the store? I can't have it all. I can't, as much as I'd love to. And whatever you buy, I had to buy first. So I really look at the product and see, what can you do with it? What benefit does it have besides the benefit that you thought it came with? I mean, these are markers, but what can you do with these markers? Oh my goodness gracious. And the stamps. The stamps are a quality that is just magnificent, and they're so pretty. The glitter, if you've got glitter, use your glitter. The glue, if you've got glue, use your glue. If you already have a memento pad, use your memento pad. If you want to play with this, this is a want, not a need, but it's really nice. Dark, dark, dark black, soft black. Football slightly deflated, football slightly overinflated. So get what you don't already have, or that you can't use some of the things that in a different way. You know, if you've got glossy accents, okay, use glossy accents to put your glitter down. If that's what you have, use it. But you're not going to be able to get stamps like this. These are beautiful, and the 12 colors of the new Tombows are amazing. You will not be disappointed with them. You will love them as much as I love them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yes, I know those pinks look so close together, but one's 817 and one's 803. I wonder what they look like on paper. So maybe I'll do that. Because those pinks look really close. Oh, they're so not close. Okay, so here are the lids for the two pinks. There are the two colors. Way different. Same with these two blues. These two blues look really close together. Do you need both of them? I don't know. One. Oh, yeah, totally different colors. Well, and then you've got this blue, which is even darker. So they definitely are 12 distinctive colors. All right. So we played with just using markers. We didn't get them wet. We didn't palette paint. We just used them in the way that they are meant to be used. We adjusted the saturation by dabbing down. We kind of moved the color along and left negative space for your water. We just let the markers do what they do best. And like I said, it's not the only thing that they can do. You absolutely could take them. This is probably not clean, but we're going to do it anyway. You could absolutely take them and color your stamp with them. I don't know that I've got the whole stamp colored. We'll see what color it comes out because I didn't clean it. Do a quick little huff. That means you breathe heavy on your stamp. Stamp your image, 1, 2, 3, ABC. And now it's in the color of the marker. You can palette paint with them. They give you lots of opportunity. I have got so many samples to show you, it's almost overwhelming. All right, so the two sets that are exclusive to us are here. I love both of them. I picked what's on both of them. I love them. They're fabulous. They make my heart very happy. And then the samples to go with them. So I already showed you something like this. How pretty is that? And I'm just going to kind of go through these because we have a lot of them. This has a very watercolory look. We did palette paint with this. Very, very watercolory look. But here's the one using just, it's the one that I did, using just those colors. Oh, but then if you have more colors, so pretty. And look at how it changes by using different colors as your background. Look at how bright and happy that card is. Just by changing your cardstock and what you're going to mat with. Look at how happy these are. And they were easy to color, truly. I said you can do this, and you can. You just have to believe in yourself. You have to give yourself permission to finish. And then if you don't like it when you're all done, okay, throw it away. Well, actually, I think you should still make something with it, because what you don't like, somebody else is going to think you spent hours and hours working on, and they're going to love it because you made it. In fact, if you don't like it, send it to me. We'll make something with it. And then maybe we'll show it on YouTube and say, ha, we got this in the mail. They didn't want to finish it, but look at what we did with it. And I won't alter the coloring at all. Look at how beautiful they are. From very, very, very soft, based off of the color choices, to brights and bolds and, oh my goodness gracious. These are all samples done with the exclusive set, the 2 exclusive sets for me. Look at that. Does that not twinkle at you? Kind of winks at you and says, here I am, here I am. Okay, and here's the one that I did. So pretty. And here, instead of palette painting with blue around it, palette paint with a little bit of the purple to really set it off. And then look how soft. And if you want a panel card, easy peasy, you can make a 4-panel card. When you're done coloring your image, cut it into 4, mat all 4 pieces, and you've got a beautiful panel card. Who wouldn't love to get this card? Beautiful, feel better soon. Well, you get this card and you definitely would be feeling better. And then one that has been done with embossing powder. So these are all done using the 2 sets that are exclusive to us. But I mentioned that there's 5 other, I think there's 5 other sets that I have samples for as well. And these are, we're the first to have them, and we'll probably have them for about a month before anybody else. And I told you they're kind of guy related. They're beautiful stamps that you can make very pretty, but they also lend themselves to guy cards. Love them all. They will all be on a YouTube Yummy. They all are cling mount. They all come with the beautiful colored image so that you can copy. Nothing wrong with copying. Why reinvent the wheel if it's already done? But if you want to be uber creative, you go do your thing too. And then I want to show you the samples, because I have oodles of samples of these too. And again, they're beautiful. Oh no, did I put my samples on top of my, oh, which samples are which? Nope. Okay. Oh, here we go. Huh. Isn't that super cute? So they can be, I mean, I just can't see how anybody wouldn't love this. A guy, a girl, but they do tend to lend themselves more to guy cards. Here's the camping one. Look at it, it says Dad. Look at how pretty is that? Look at this one. This is beautiful. Beautiful. It's hard to choose. So on each set, there's multiple images. You're not just like this set here. It has 3 images, a small one, and 2 sentiments. Love, love, love. And I love the barn. This one's so cute. Love the barn. And the Adirondack chair. And you can color. How beautiful is that? Amazing, right? And look at this one, a Get Well Wish. Amazing. Oh, I do have oodles of samples. Happy Father's Day. It is a rainy day here in sunny California. It's been raining for 3 days. Oh, look at this one. Thanks, Dad. That's so nice. And congratulations. And best wishes. And the sky's the limit. Beautiful work. How about with sympathy? Or the simplest things bring the most joy. With hope comes comfort, with time comes peace. Well, that's lovely. So I don't know which one you choose. They're all amazing. But just know that you don't have to have as much as you think to do what you want to do when you're talking about those Tombow markers. The stamp sets, I can't help you with that. I love them all. I think they're all absolutely amazing. So it's hard for me to kind of help you on that one. Again, this is just so pretty. But with the Tombows, you can add to your collection as you can, and they're not expensive markers. I want to say we sell them, nope, back. I think we sell them for, they retail for like $3.19 a marker, and I think our everyday price on them is around $2.65. We sell them that price every day. So you can collect them. I want to say there's now 108 colors or something like that. But even if you can only get 5, look what you can do with them. Amazing. And again, the stamp sets I can't help you with. I love them all. I was so excited to see Northwoods last year, and I'm going to be on my way back there, and I'm hoping that Ted remembers who I am. Hello, Ted! I'm the crazy lady who went, oh my gosh, over Northwoods Stamps. I almost cried right there. I wanted them so badly. And when I asked if they had cling, he said, yep, they're in cling, and who are you? So I can't wait to see what they're going to have for us this year. All right, you guys, it's me, Stacey. Where are you going to find all of this great product? You're going to find it at scrapbookingmadesimple.com under the YouTube Yummy category, or you can come visit us in our retail store in sunny California, and I will see you live from Creativation. Follow us on Facebook, and again, you don't have to be a member to watch. You do have to be a member to post, so if you want to win a prize, you do have to be a member of Facebook to do that, but at least you can see all the happenings that are going on, and I hope it's going to be a wonderful show. All right, you guys, I'll see you next week. Not on Saturday, because I'll be in Germany, so we'll work towards that later. I'll talk to you later, and have a super weekend, everybody. Bye.